The Something Else Podcast.
Today is a special day. Well, not today because it's the 23rd of December, but I'm thinking in the future because tomorrow it's Christmas Eve, which means quite a lot of things. For instance, it's my brother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Nick. But then it's Christmas the day after. So yes, this is the Something Else Podcast Christmas special. So we're doing a little bit of a different setup. I'm using a normal mic again instead of that white spherical blue ice thing I use, and I'm using a new camera. That's right, so if it's a bit shoddy, I do apologise. But it is a Christmas special, so I thought of something not very different. I thought of something that has definitely been done before. We're going to talk about the things that make me think of Christmas. So there's probably things you do which is very significant to yourselves. There's things that I do that are very significant to myself. Like, I'm still wearing my headphones. Hang on. I keep doing that. I test the audio and then I keep forgetting I'm wearing them. But let me just have a bevy. Hang on. So, again, with the very drop my pen. But I've got the infamous Pokédex. Look at the focus on that if you're watching this on YouTube. But we're going to look at, like I said, things that make me think of Christmas. Special memories, I guess. Things that are like traditions. So, what I love. Now, I was watching Live at the Apollo yesterday on Dave. And, who was it? Was it Jason Manford? Is that his name? The comedian? I'm going to go with that. But he was saying how, like, Christmas dinners are overrated. He hates them because it's just a glorified Sunday dinner. And to an extent, he's right, but different because everyone's in a faff. Generally, something goes wrong, and you get to drink beer because it's Christmas. That's really all I got. But no, I do like the Christmas dinner. I mean, back when I was living at home, especially when I was a child, and like all of my sisters were there. It was quite a rarity for my dad to sit at the dinner table, apart from Christmas. And it was always nice for when he came and sat with us. So it was a really nice moment, really. Family dinners, isn't it? And there was always those jokes he would say, not jokes, but like just having a laugh sort of thing about that, like how the roasters were like rocks, or, he could use the turkey as a new sole of his shoe. But I don't think he ever said that. I think I'm just thinking of Laurel and Hardy's Way Out West. But anyway, you see what I'm going for. But on the food topic, now they have changed over the years. I mean, advent calendars are pretty cool. I will admit, advent calendars are pretty cool. I mean, I'll say what, I'll have to link it. But if you don't know him, there's a guy called Ashen, and he's I'd say he's quite famous in the UK. He's done a lot of stuff. He makes some epic friggin' movies. But him and his mate, whose name has escaped me, sorry, curly hair, glasses wearing man. But they do a thing where they do like a competition, really. So every day of Christmas, they have an advent calendar each, and they've got to see who's got the best prizes, really. And this year, they've done, Ashen has, what was it, Star Trek, and the other bloke, I really can't remember his name. He has a Doctor Who. Brilliant, but the calendar's like 110 quid a piece, so they do like a £2.50 thing. So it does the item they get in each day, does it pass the £2.50 test? But as I was getting back onto the food, it's not so much the advent calendars, it's selection packs. Now, I do love a good selection pack, but they seem to have changed over the years. Like, I remember growing up, you get like one in the shape of a stocking, or it was very themed. But now it's just a cardboard tray or lid with snack size chocolates. I always remember them being like actual size chocolates, not these pathetic snack things. And let me put that. There we go. I've got the hat on the right side now. But yeah, it was just a weird one. Like, I still like having the selection packs because they've actually got different things in them now. So like, you get double deckers, or if you're really awesome, you might, I don't know, get two fudges, get two chomps or two fudge bars rather than one of each, really. But I like that whole kind of thing because Now, I'm not being stereotypical here, but pretty much everyone says there's no calories in December. Generally, women say it for food, and generally, men say it for the alcohol. But it's 2021, almost 2022. So, they, them, us, we, everyone, I don't care. But it is pretty cool, and especially when you're opening gifts and you can tell when someone doesn't really know what to get you, because you either get a box of like their matchsticks, like mint or salted caramel, or the orange ones, or you'll get, I don't know, a random thing. It's got like a bloody personalised slab of chocolate from Thornton's. Not complaining, I love Thornton's. But the whole food kind of thing, and generally if you're a man, you're going to get yourself either a whiskey gift set, an ale gift set, or a crate of beer of some form. That's amazing. The one year, my brother-in-law, Dave, he got me some... Was it Christmas? I can't remember, but he got me some fucking delicious beers that had like a 20-year bloody expiry date on it. It's crazy. But, we'll move away from food because I'm making myself a bit hungry and I need another drink. Wow, hope that came through on the... Oh, it did. I think it came through. That little noise. But I'm going to get to the main part in a bit. Some of the other things I like on Christmas Day is new socks. Now, I don't care who you are. If you get new socks and you go to your kitchen, which most of the time have some form of tiling on the floor, you become a professional skier or speed skater. I own the kitchen floor on Christmas Day. I am suddenly like Eddie the Eagle. Well, no, he just jumps, doesn't he? I'm like someone else from the Olympics. It's brilliant. But I do like the socks, and my nan, bless her soul, or whatever the hell she's probably just annoying the devil now. But she always got me the best socks. Generally, they were like, you know what, you normally get your multi-packs and it's like a pack of 5 socks. She would get me about like a pack of 50. I mean, you went for them like nothing because you're too busy skiing in the kitchen. But it was brilliant. Absolutely love them socks. And obviously, I still get them now, but I think the difference is now because I've got Ted and soon to have Evie on the way. I get theme socks. I get like Super Dad or something like that. And obviously you get the obligatory t-shirts to wear. So, this year for my works party, I dressed up in like this suit. It's like a novelty suit. It's not a genuine suit. If it is, that would be amazing. But, or was even. But it's just like, it just had Christmas trees and I think candy canes on it. It's brilliant. But I like the fact that you can just kind of dress up like a knob and no one really cares. What else have I got? Something me and my family used to do, and it kind of died down when everyone started moving out, really, was we used to do a Christmas Eve. And that was, on Christmas Eve, we would all open a present each, but it would all be themed. And even my dad got involved on this, and I think it's when he really kind of tuned into, it sounds silly, but having fun. Like, because Dad was very, if this is what you ask for, this is what you get. So him joining in on this Christmas Eve thing, it really tuned into the fun of presents. So, like, I remember this once, we had to buy something random, and he brought me a hula hoop. A hula hoop with, like, beads in it or something. It's like rattled. It was a nightmare. But he was brilliant at the same time, and he really kind of, it was like a different side of Dad, really. I mean, I guess this episode's going to be kind of like a weird one anyway, because it's like, it is the first Christmas without Dad. So it's like, I guess these memories are like, the ones I'm going to be saying in this are more to do with reminiscence of the days with Dad sort of thing. Like with the present sort of thing, like getting random shit. It was the look on his face. Like, because generally with Dad, Mom would do all the shopping. Then Dad would break out the big guns and buy you either something random or something you asked for but completely forgot about a couple of years ago. And all of a sudden he would rock up with it. And it's one of them ones, he'll be staring at you and you're like, okay, this is the present. And you know what I mean? And he's staring at you and you're like, Christ, have I done something wrong? Brilliant. But I've got one awesome memory, and this is why I would say I'm the easiest person to buy for, because I love everything. I am interested in pretty much anything. But I remember once, and I've still got it to this day, my dad brought me a Tyco RC Python. Now, it was the little blue, if I can find one, I'll put a picture up on the video. but it's a little kind of like blue 4x4 Jeep style thing, and you press the button on the remote and a snake flicked up, and it was a water pistol. I used to chase my cousin Samuel around my nan's back garden with that. Like, literally, he's terrified of it. Scared to death he was. And I remember on that year, my dad had built... It's when those bloody foam 3D jigsaws were a big thing, and he had the Big Ben. And as a kid with this remote control car, because back in the 90s, man, I'm used to having, like, remote control cars with a lead connected to it. I could go back and forwards, and whatever way I decided to swing the bastard. But this one, whew, man, I had like 10 minutes of power, despite charging it for 8 hours. And I just didn't know how to control it, and I almost charged at the Big Ben, and it was that moment I realised, yeah, I'm going to get a smack. Luckily I didn't. I just laughed it off and showed me how to drive the thing, really. And that was a rare moment. But yeah, going on to the whole present thing, I think I've just said complete randomness. So like I said, I'm easy to buy for, and I do look forward to the random stuff. Like I think last year, and it's still in my bedside drawer. My sister got me like those little toys, like them little rubber toys. Like generally it's chickens or something, and you fling them and they stick to the walls or your window and they slowly fall down. She got me a turd slinging one. It is very weird, but yeah, it's the random things. Like again, the same sister Lana, you absolute rebel. She brought me a shitting chicken. And I'm going to refer it to that because it's awesome. And it was literally a chicken that dispensed like Smarties, I think it was. Really brilliant. But again, like I said, with the look on my dad's face, I do absolutely love the expressions people do, the reactions even. Now my Sam, she's a bit of a tough cookie. But I remember I broke her once. It wasn't even to do with Christmas. It was a wedding gift, and like she full on didn't know what to do. I was like, yep, nailed it. But it's always been a nice one. Like, I remember, like, we were fortunate as kids, obviously. You know, we weren't in poverty or anything. My mum and dad worked their asses off to get us everything we ever asked for, really. But I remember once, it was when I had a Sega Saturn that my dad brought for me, which I think I've said this story before. But I had a Sega Saturn, which I didn't realise was mine because I thought it was his. But I remember the Christmas where I got a PS1, and that completely blew my mind. You know, it was second hand, but that didn't care to me. I got a PS1. And then I remember one year, like a couple of years after that, I think, I was bought a PS2. Now, I would never ask for a PS2. I would never ask for anything like that. But to open it and see it, and you're like, whoa. But it was that... I should have realised back then it was that moment, because everyone stopped what they were doing when I got this particular present. Rather bizarre. And it was lovely. I mean, I think as the years have gone, I've tend to... It's just easier to say, what do you want? Amazon wishlist sort of thing. But I do like buying a complete random present. But like, ha, take that, bitch. Yeah, it's awesome, really. I think that's... I mean, if you look at Christmas as a whole, it's not about the present giving. It's about... Well, it's about religion and all that. But it is, for me, really, it's about spending time with your family, and this year is very different, obviously. Last year was very different, as to quote Napalm left, the plague rages, doesn't it? And this year, it seems to be being even more evil with Crimbo. A wink there. I don't know if you can see my eyes. I mean, I've got my tablet showing me the live feed, but it's one of them ones. Every time I look at the camera and then look back at myself, it's a different view. Can you hear my necklace? Please say you can hear that through the microphone. Otherwise, I'm just going to look really, really weird waving my head. But yeah, I love the reactions of people. What else have we got? I've wrote down here, missing dad sort of thing. It's a weird one, really. It'd be really weird. I mean, the one thing I don't fucking miss is buying him presents. Jesus Christ. He was a tough man to buy for. I mean, it was tough in the sense of he would say, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, and I want that. And before you could buy it, he's already brought it. So that's great. And then he'll tell you exactly what he wants. You'd go out, buy the exact same thing, and then be like, oh, it's not the one I wanted. And he'd go out and buy a new one. And you're like, well, why do that? It's crazy. Saying that, the last thing I brought him was for his birthday, actually. Because he passed away literally the day after Father's Day. And the last thing I brought him for his birthday was quite cool. I thought I brought him this, like, these, because he was doing a lot of woodwork, a lot of matchstick works, model work sort of thing while he was having his chemo. Just to keep him busy, really. And I brought, cause he had big hands. He was a factory worker. He had massive hands. So I brought him these gloves with lights on the end, like on your finger and your thumb. And I was like, help you see better. And I brought him this like little leather kind of tray organizer so we could put all the different parts in. But the curveball, I brought him a Lazy Susan. And no, he wasn't. He wasn't a giant, but my mum. Family would understand that because of her name, Susan. But anyway, it was literally just a little. Essentially, it's just a dish or a tub of like a tray that turns. And I brought him that so we could put his models on, so we can rotate them without having to keep moving the model itself. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. He didn't get to use it, obviously, but it's one of them ones. But something else I do miss, and again, it's down to family really, and it's not because anyone passed away. I mean, we used to when we was younger, obviously, we used to go to my nan's on Boxing Day, and that was a friggin' feast and a half. Because you'd have everyone on like my mum's side there. I mean, there was 5 of us, me and my sisters. Then there was mum. Dad didn't join us. But then you'd have my cousins come over with their mum and dad and this, that, and this, that. I mean, Peter Kay talks about emergency chairs. Jesus, he must have looked through the window on our Boxing Days because we had everything. We even sat on the freezer, you know what I mean? We had lots. And we don't do that anymore. I mean, probably for the reason like when my nan passed away, that house got sold, so we don't really meet up anymore. I mean, there's a lot of conflict between people, but it's one of them. But I do miss those days. Them days were brilliant because even now, as a 31-year-old man, I still need to find something to take somewhere. So, like, for instance, tomorrow I'm going to go and see family on Christmas Eve, but I'm still going to, just like my boy, I've got to take something. He'll generally take his favourite teddy bear on a train. Me, I'm looking for something. I'll either take a camera, or I'll take my tablet, or I'll take, I don't know, headphones or something because I need to take something. And that's what it was like on Boxing Day to go and see my family. It's like, I need to take something to show them. But generally, I'll take something that they brought me. Because it's, it's like, oh, this is what I got today. I got a fake Action Man, it's called High Energy Dude. You know what I mean? It's really bizarre. But it was brilliant, and it was one of them ones. A lot of my mates, I remember at school, it was always like a one-up thing, and it's like they would come in with their new trainers or a new chain. It's like, oh, what did you get? I'm like, for instance, a game. I'm like, oh, why didn't you get this? I'm like, because I don't want chains or fucking shoes or anything. I want to play a game. But it was crazy. I remember one year actually. It's when I'm still massively into music. But every gift was practically music. It was brilliant, like guitar related. I tell you what, shit. I remember the one year my dad brought me an amp. Bloody hell! I'm pretty sure it's called like Fret 21 or Fret 24 or something like that. It was an amazing amp. I gave it to my cousin actually. It was a 15 watt amp, but it was a kickback amp, so you could just lean it back to project the sound. It had 2 channels, clean and overdrive. The noisiest amp you've ever heard. But I missed that amp so much. It had like a fake brown leather, like, I don't know, like skin on it really. It was brilliant. Wonder what ever happened to that amp. It was so cool. But yeah, it's one of them ones, isn't it? There's always certain Christmas things that come to mind. Like when you think about Christmas, there's always certain things that you think of. It's like generally, it's not Christmas until Noddy Holder says it is, or if you haven't watched Snowman, and the Snow Dog, and Santa Claus. But for me, it's not a Christmas film, but again, it's something to do with Dad. He got me into a lot of the stuff I watched, so a lot of Bruce Lee, Water Margin, and something that he really got me into was Laurel and Hardy. And for me, it's not Christmas until I've watched, which I quoted before, Way Out West. No idea why, but me and my dad would watch that, and it was the best bloody thing I've ever seen. And for me, now it's just become part of my tradition. Not necessarily a family tradition, but I have to watch it on Christmas Eve. And for some reason, I always keep the DVD, like, my underwear drawer. Don't know why. But yeah, it's awesome. I mean, one thing that ruins Christmas for me, and a lot of you are gonna hate me for this, but I don't care. Mariah Carey is all I want for Christmas. That song. Before I explain, let me paint a picture. Without realising it, you're a musician as a young age. You know, when did that song come out? Like 94 or something? So, you know, I was only like 4 years old when it came out. But just picture this. You've got 4 older sisters. The smallest age gap is 4 years. And the biggest age gap is 11. So I'm 4. The youngest sister's 10. The oldest, 4. No, she's 8. What the fuck age gap are we? Somewhere, you get my point. I've got 4 older sisters. And that song comes on the radio. Now again, I'm a musician. You know, I don't have, what is it, perfect tuned ears, or whatever you want to call it. But I know when it's out of tune. And I know when people can't sing. Now, I am sorry, sisters. But you should pretty much stop singing that. It's an awful song. Anyway, I mean, literally, it takes, 30 seconds for her to get into the song, because all she's doing is going, It's like Christina Aguilera, the freaking hand thing. All she does is make notes, airy notes, and I'm like, she's in tune, she's in key, whatever, but it sounds shit. Hate it. And when I hear that, honestly, I get angry at a Christmas song. It's like, I don't even like, I'm turning into a Grinch now. I love Christmas music, but Jesus Christ, I hate Feed the World, or whatever the hell that song's called, the Live Aid one. I hate the Mariah Carey one. I'm not a fan of John Lennon's one. Was it So This Is Christmas? Like, I understand it, that what they're trying to portray, but it don't make me feel Christmassy at all. Now, if you played, is it Bob Dylan's Must Be Santa? Now that song is a belter. Like, that is a song and a half, all because it sounds like the kind of environment you want to be in. Everyone's singing, you know what I mean? Everyone's dancing, everyone's having fun, everyone's getting hammered. But then my favourite song, and I swear to God it's the best song in the world, my favourite song is called A Merry Jingle, and it's by the Greedies, which I think compiled of Thin Lizzy and the Sex Pistols. So it's like, I think it's the Sex Pistols drummer and bass, no. I think it's guitarist and drummer, and it's Phil Lynott, or Lynott if you're a Birmingham lad, singing with bass, and potentially Scott Gorham on guitar. But it's brilliant. They're just singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" and "Jingle Bells," but it's energy, man. It's rock music in the end there, but it's so energetic. It's fucking genius. And that makes me feel like, yeah, but it's never played actually. You'll never get it. The only time you'll see it is on, like, I don't know, Yesterday channel on, like, Top of the Pops 2 Christmas special. But I love that song. It makes me feel really awesome. And obviously you got the classics like Shaker Stevens and, is his name? Merry Christmas Everyone. I can't remember his damn name. It's completely gone. Or you've got Wizards. Why can I not remember half of these songs? When the snowman brings the snow. I wish it could be Christmas. I have to sing the song in my head and stare blankly into the abyss of life. But you get my point. There's songs there that are just brilliant. There's songs that are not. And they should be banned because they suck. What else is there? Snow, actually. This year we had snow before Christmas. Bloody hell. And apparently we might have a white winter, which means we're going to have some slush. So that's fun. But I do miss the snow. I mean, in December, that is, we haven't really had much snow in ages, even in my lifetime. But it is really nice. It makes it just more. I remember the one year we had, it was like freaking 15 degrees or something. It was like, oh, so this is Christmas. But yeah, it's just baffling. Really is baffling. But I think the thing that I love most, and I'm actually going to try and do them this year, even though this is more New Year's resolutions. Well, it is really. It's New Year's resolutions. But, like, it's the end of a year, isn't it? Now, I can't believe we're in 2022 almost. It's like I'm a 90s baby, so when I hear 20 years ago, I still naturally assume we're on about the 80s. You know what I mean? Or the 70s even. Not 2000. That's weird. But it's what it is, and I think the last 2 years, especially with everything going on, and I don't want to talk much about COVID because it's a nightmare. But with everything going on, it's just, you've got to be grateful. And I think that's what Christmas is. And this one's going to be weird for me and my family just because Dad ain't here. But we have to make the most of it, don't we? And I don't care if you're anti-vax or pro-vax. I just fucking enjoy Christmas. Stop moaning about everything like I am now. Just enjoy it, man. I mean, I can't wait. I mean, Christmas falls on a Saturday, so, don't have to go work for a couple of days because of it being on a weekend. So that's a plus. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a good Christmas. There's so much to look forward to. I actually tried to wrap up some presents. Badly, I might add, but I did. I mean, do I have any presents here? Like, I don't know how well this is going to come onto the screen because I don't even know if it's wrapping paper. I found it in my garage. Look at that beast. Oh my God. Look at that wrapping. I mean, that's relatively good. Saying that, the presents I'm kind of showing you now are just redonkulous. Like, I actually did good there. But it's going to be cool. But I guess I should throw some what's coming soon. I might do a live stream at some point, but because we are expecting our second baby in January, might have it earlier. I don't know because it's going to be an absolute behemoth of a child. But who knows? I'm going to try and keep on top of the podcasts as much as I can because I love them and I have many stories to tell. But if I don't see you before the new year, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Thank you very much for supporting me over this year, I guess. I can't remember. What is this? Have we gone over the first year, like our year anniversary? I don't know, but Merry Christmas and have a great New Year. And like I said, thank you very much for listening, supporting. Share the fuck out of this if you can. That'll be grateful. I'll be very grateful. But thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye.